Hello there guys. Now in this video, I'll show you how to use Laravel Scout, which is a Laravel package to be able to search, which enables you to search within your eloquent models within your Laravel application. So let's look at that in this video. Now looking at this particular application, it has three posts that I've created within my admin dashboard here. So I have this application whereby I'm using Laravel JStream, and then I have a couple of posts, and then and then just the person who has created, which is me. So now what you're going to do here, I've installed that package which is called Laravel Scout that will enable me to be able to search within my eloquent models within this application. So that is what we're going to look at today. So the posts are not, these are just three, but I have more than three. So I have one, two, three, four, five, six. I have about six posts. So I've just paginated just to have three here, since this is just a demo application. So let's begin. So for you to be able to search within your post within your application, whichever application that you have, it's very easy. Now, for example, let me just show you the demo here. So what we have here is the search. And if I type search here, it gives me it is returning for me all the JSON, um, that is returning for me all the post in JSON format. So basically, this is what I have here. This is what I have here. So what you can do here, you can append this search, for example, as you can see. Now, let's say, for example, I'm searching for a post with the keyword post. So when I click enter, it is returning for me how to write a blog, since how to write a blog has a post keyword within it. So for example, you can also search within categories, for example, cyber, and then it will return for me still the posts that have cyber. Now, what you need to know here is that within this particular within this particular package here that I've implemented, it is searching between the post and the category. So we have post and we also have categories. That is within this application here. So something like this. So guys, so that is it. So within the categories, and then we have the post that you're able to search. So you can narrow this down as well. You can also search, for example, so that is within, so you can search within the categories table, and as well you can search within the post table. So remember here, each post has, so when you come back here, you can see each post has a category. So this one tells you this is one-to-many relationship, whereby we have, uh, that is, we have, sorry, not one-to-many, but many-to-many relationship, whereby different posts have different categories. So this post has computer, and as well this post also has computer. So that is a many-to-many relationship over there. So that is it. So you can search within the post and then within the categories using the Laravel Scout. Now, there's something you also need to know. You can also narrow this down by using, for example, paginate, using the where clause, using the only trashed, and so forth to change your model. So yeah, so let's get started. Now, what I have here is an empty VS Code. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to open a folder like this. So here I'm going to open this, and then within my softwares, I have the particular, that is within XAMPP, and then htdocs. I have a copy of the previous product, which should be here. That is the previous project. So that is what we are going to use in this case here. So now, so I did a tutorial on how to make a Laravel blog using JStream. So I'll not repeat on this. For example, in making such application, I already did this in another video, so you may want to check in the link above or in the link in the comment description below. So so you may want to check that before you continue if you do not know how to make, or you're wondering how to make the blog using Laravel. Okay, so now let's continue. So what we have here is just the application itself. So I have my models here. I have the category.php, which basically defines for me the whatever is on the category table, and then the category .php. So let's go to resources. So under resources, I have the views, and then within the views, I do have post. So within the post, we have um, a code which creates for us the post that we need within our application. As well, we also have the category blade, as you can see here, which basically appends a post with a particular category here. So that code does that and so forth. So if you have not checked that tutorial, you just need to go. I've explained all these things in detail. So I will not continue much in this video. So what I'm going to do here is that let me run this application since it's just a copy of the previous one. Okay, so okay guys, now so this is the same application, only that this one is just a copy of the other one. So this one is the one that you're going to implement, the Laravel Scout. Okay, so now the first thing you'll do here, I'll kill that server and then I'll run the composer require. So here we are going to use require. So composer Laravel and then Scout here. So basically we are now installing the Laravel Scout like this. Now once it is installed here, what you need to do here, you need to publish this that is PHP artisan vendor publish the config within the Scout service provider. So you need to run that one as well, like that. So that one has been published. Now once that is done, we can now begin. So the next item here that we need to do is that we can, for example, the first thing here, we can set just come here and set the Scout. Sorry, this is caps. So you just need to set the Scout driver, and then you give it is equal to the database. Now what we are doing here, we are simply setting the Scout to use the database, because that's basically what we want to search within our application. So so you need to have this one. You can begin with that one, and then now we can begin. Now what we want to do here, we want to make a search functionality. So I may start by going to the web .php routes here. Remember, here is where I have the web for my web, and then also for the admin here. So down here, I may want to implement a route. So basically what it does here, it is just a get route here, and I'm going to have this. So the search, and then basically here we have this. So I'm going to use this place. Then here I will have my search, Actually, we should have created the controller before coming here, but let's just continue with that way. Now, what this tells us is that I need to come here and run this command. So php artisan make controller, and the name of this controller is of course what we have just given. So we are going to have this. Now we need to make this controller invocable. Why? Because when we'll be calling this controller so that it can search within our models, it will need to be invoked. So we need to set it here, invocable. So we need to have something like this so that when it runs, it will bring a code which has the invocable ability. So we need to have that set like that, and then you click run. Okay, there's an issue of okay, let me check. So what we can do here to avoid this error, let me disable this one. Let's see if it will work again by running this. Okay, so that is okay. So so that is our search controller, and I believe if we run again, so it has the invoke as I've just shown you like this, and then we still need to have this route. So this route I can enable it. It is having search. So what we need to do here, I need to create a code here that will enable me to be able to search within my Laravel application. So what I need to have here, I need to have post is equals to post equals to the post model, and then I'm going to perform this search, and this search is going to be this way. So I'm going to have search, and then we have the dollar, and then we have the request like that. So the request is going to get the search, and this search of course is what we are searching within our application. And then we have these two question mark, whereby I'm going to explain to you what they are going to do. So just follow up. So what we have here, I have this query. So the query is going to take a function. Then the function is going to append the query variable. So here we have the query, and then so this should be that way. So within the query, we're going to have this. So this is query, and then join. Now here, what I'm going to join here, or what we are doing here, is that I'm defining this post variable within my post model, and then appending this query so that it can query my database, and of course my database has the post and the table. So basically this is what we have. So when you go to the migrations, so let me just, so going to the migrations here, you can see we have, this is my table which has the ID, the user ID of the person who is logged in, the title of the post, and then the detail or the body of the post, and then other uh, details, for example the foreign key and so forth. So basically and then we also have the categories table which has the ID, user ID, name, slug, and so forth. So this Laravel package is going to search within the two, the categories and the post, so between the two. So here, that's what we are doing. So what we are doing here, we are performing a query to search between the two tables. So here, when I use the keyword join, I'm going to join these two tables, the post and the categories table. Now, when you look at this application, it has the post have uh, they have different categories. So one post is having more than one category and so forth. Now, these posts are joined together. That is, the post and the categories table are joined together by a table we call pivot table. So pivot table is this category post table. So this category post table is a pivot table which is able to join the post table and the categories table together. So it takes in the category ID and the post ID. And of course, for it to reference the two, we are using the foreign key, of course, category ID, which references the categories table, and the post ID, which references the post table. So hope you get all that. It's very important for you to understand this query. So this query, what it's going to do is going to take the category post. So I'm going to take the category post like that, and then I'm going to go for the post dot id, and then I'm going to have the category. So I'm going to have the category post, and then post underscore the ID like that. So once I've query to join, so this query is going to start with the category post ID, category post, and post ID. Now I'm going to join this with it should be somewhere there. So I'm going to perform a join, whereby I'm going to perform the join with categories. So that is a categories post, and then I'm going to have the categories. So this is this is categories post, and then the categories post, you're going to take the categories ID. So this you're going to see it once we run the application. So the categories post, and then the categories post category ID, sorry. So that is it. Okay, and then the lastly we are going to have is the category. So you're going to have the category, categories ID like that. So that is what we have in. So we have in the categories post category ID within the categories, and then the category ID like that. Now next we are going to use, now once we do that, we have identified the tables that we want to join. Now we are going to use the select keyword here, whereby I'm going to take the post ID, and then after taking the post ID here, I'm going to have so what do I want to search within my post table? So I'm going to take the title of the post. As well, I'm going to have I'm going to have the post dot details, and then I'm going to take the categories as well now. So I'm joining the categories within the post and the category. So I'm going to have categories dot name. So the name of the particular category. So I'm going to define this one as category like that. So that is what I'm going to have within that particular select element. And then lastly here, you can use the order by clause to order whatever you have within. So here I'm going to have post.id, and then here, so I'm going to order by post.id, and then I'm going to use the descent keyword like that. So this is what I'm having. So we have this, and then once that is done, this one you can close it with this, since it has this particular uh, and then here, down here, I'm going to use the get keyword like this. Okay, and then now since I've searched, and you can see from the previous exercise I was returning this in JSON format, so I would want to return this as well. So I want to return this in JSON, so I return response like this, and then um, so I'm going to return this in JSON format. So you're going to have the data, and then at posts, sorry, so that is the post. So I'm going to return the post, and then the status should return, of course, the 200. It's okay, and everything has gone uh, well. Okay, so that is what I'm going to return. So I'm going to return it as this. Now this one, I need to import this class, which is the post, which is coming from this one here, coming from the post model. So that is the function that is going to search within my table. Now the next item here that I will need to do, so let me close this and let me save this. Now we need to have this one set. So the route should be set because it's the route that is going to come and of course call this particular controller, and then we're able to search. Remember that in the .env we set the scout driver to database. Now the next place that you need to go is within your post model. So within your post model, go to the, sorry, not the controller, it's not this one. You go to post.php. So within the post model, here you can see here as well we have the relationship, for example, the one to many and the one to many, one to one, and so forth. So here within your post model here, you need to do something here. So you need to define a function here called public function. So public function, this function is coming from the Scout package. So you're going to define public function to searchable um, array, and what this is going to do is that this function will enable you to search within the model, and then when it searches, is going to return um, so for example, you're going to return the title of the post. So in other words, what it is going to do is going to return an array of the particular uh, details that you are searching within your application. So basically we are going to have that, sorry, this should not be, this should be just that way. And then here, what else do you have? We're also going to return the categories as well of the particular posts that we are searching. Okay, so that is what we are having here. So we are defining this, and then like that. So basically this should be that way to eliminate that error. Now now as well, once since we install the package, we also need to append this one, use the searchable. So use searchable needs to be defined since we are using, and also you need to import the class for this, which should be coming from the Laravel Scout searchable. So of course, it shows that we are using the searchable, which is coming from the Laravel Scout. So I believe that is all. unless there is any other thing. We are going to check as we continue. So the route has been defined. So let's check. So let me run this artisan serve like that. Okay, so now we have this, and then we have defined this. So going to 127, and then let's go to search. So there's a non column post ID in the. Now, when you look at this one, before we correct this error, you can see here this code here, what it is doing. It is good, it has come. We are selecting post ID, post title, post details, categories, name as the category, and then we are selecting from post, and then we are joining the category post from the post ID, and then the inner join, which is the other one, categories on the category post and ID. So this is what we are doing here. So let's check this one. So it is saying the post ID column is not found. So that should be here. So guys, this is categories.id, and then this is categories.id. It's not underscore. So I believe that should do it. Believe that should do it. So a non-poll so post so post title is also that way, should not be underscore. Okay, so anon also we also have this one. So this is category post ID. So what we have here is this. Now this one is we are getting the category post dot category ID. Because it is category post. So that one should be that way. Okay, so we are able to return all the JSON, all the posts in JSON format for my application. So basically, just shown you before, we can search for a particular keyword, and we can even narrow it down to search just a particular keyword within your application. Now here, what you need to know, you can also change this one. For example, I can change this one to something like this. So here, for example, I can use the paginate like this. And then, for example, okay, this one is just when you want to paginate, for example, your particular, that is after doing the search, you can also paginate this. So for example, you have done the search of this. Let's do another one. Example, edit. So it will return for you only 4 of them. You can also use the where clause, for example. So you can set something like where, the where clause, whereby you are able to say where this equals to and so forth. So I'll stop there in this tutorial. I believe you have learned something with searching your eloquent models using Laravel Scout. So let's meet in the next video.